Hi, nobodies. So today I started out really good. I think it's important for a person to spend 5 minutes outside at least, um, just to kind of, I don't know, feel the wind on you, the fresh air, look at stuff. I have what I call my garden, which is actually like 7 or 8 rose bushes, a few hyacinths, and some plova. Um, so I might, when I'm out there, most of the time I just sit, turn on my music, and just kind of look around, listen to the birds. In Arkansas, we have a lot of very loud birds. Um, and occasionally you'll catch like a dove cooing. Love that sound. I mean, it's just so calming to hear the dove. But I think it's important to take a moment to thank, whether you want to thank God, Allah, the universe, uh, the dog, you know, whatever it is that you respect as something more than yourself. And if there's nothing that you believe in that's more than yourself, just take a moment to relax and enjoy the beauty that is in the world. Um, Whether this impacts the rest of your day, I guess it depends on the person. Some might call it mindfulness, being out there, but if I close my eyes and think about all kinds of stuff, nah. No, I sit there, listen to the music, and if I'm listening to something I really like, I might close my eyes and just kind of sway, and I don't care if it's raining. I'll go out there and do it in the rain. I ain't messed up about it. I am that bitch you would see dancing in the rain. Yeah, I'm that girl. Of course, I have to go to a spot where nobody can see me because I still know that, like, people would think that was crazy as fuck. But that's me. Um, so then I came in and I got a letter. And I love getting letters. Letters are just so cool. Um, and so I wrote out my letter, did like 3 drafts because for the life of me, I do not know how somebody can write a letter in pen and have it be like 4 pages and not make a single freaking mistake. How does somebody do that? I'll sit there and go, okay, there's going to at least be one spot where I messed up on a letter and I've just got to scribble it out. I should write in pencil. But I don't like pencils. I like pens. I really like pens. It's like, I got this weird thing about them where if if I like a pen, I won't use it because it's my special pen. It writes real good. It's stupid, right? But it's a thing. So I know, like yesterday and the day before, I had pretty good days. Today, not so much, because when I got done writing my letter, I had to mail my letter. And where I live, there are 2 reasons why I can't mail my letter from my house. Number one is junkies will steal anything. So, can't put it out there. 2, I don't have one of those flag thingies. So I have to go to the post office. Post office is like 10 minutes from my house. So I said, well, I'm already dressed. I've been dressed since I got out of the tub last night, and that's how I roll. I'm wearing capris today. Um, because I was like, I'm gonna sleep in jeans. I messed up about it. So everything was good until it was time to go. And then the anxiety just ratchet up. So I had to tell my husband, I had to say, hey, I've got to mail this off. And I knew when I was going to ask him, I was like, okay, this is to a guy. So I didn't seal it because I was like, hey, you can read this if you want. Because, there's absolutely nothing in there that I wouldn't want him to read. I try to live my life. Everything I do, I try, I say in my head, would I tell somebody I did this? And if the answer is no, then it's not a good idea to do it. I mean, that's just a basic rule of thumb that if you do something, everything you do should be something that you ain't ashamed, well, that you won't keep from telling somebody, I did this. And most people, if they're ashamed, they're not going to be comfortable saying, I did that. So there goes that. So I took a Xanax. And while I was sitting there talking to my husband, I was feeling better. But every time I would mention, we're going to go to the store, we're going to go to the post office, my fingers would get numb tingly. I called it, like, it's one word, numb tingly. Because it's almost like when your foot falls asleep and it's waking up and it hurts, but this tingling doesn't hurt. So I made it to the post office. I did, but I didn't drive because I was like, no, this ain't happening today. That bitch won't let me. So as you can see, I'm doing fine now because I am safe. And I mean, I at least 3 times on the little 10-minute car ride, I was like, in my head, it was screaming, tell him to turn around. Tell him you can't make it. Tell him you gotta go home. You gotta go home. You gotta go home. Because this shit ain't cool. This shit ain't cool. It's just like repeat, and I'm sitting there going, no, I can make it, and I'm tapping my fan on my leg and tapping it and tapping it and tapping it. Because I mean, and I'm singing along with music because he knows when I get in his car, my music goes on there, my playlist. It helps with the anxiety that we're listening to what I want to listen to. So, just tapping away and listening to music and trying not to be sick, and on top of that, I also get to like where I burp a lot when I'm anxious, because it adds to the whole mystique that I'm sick. It gives it like some leverage or something. It's a weird thing that. And no sooner than the letter was dropped in the box, I started feeling better. Just like, boom. But there's always like, I don't know if epileptics feel it, but like after an anxiety attack has eased off, there's a feeling you get. It's a weird feeling. And I don't know like if other people having specific different attacks get that feeling. The best way I could put it is that when you go to the bathroom and you're in there and you feel empty, but you kind of feel like you still got more to do. That's kind of, or I guess I could say like a deflated balloon, or like the bubble popped. Like you still feel it's kind of there, but it's mostly not. And I told him, I said, I'm feeling better now, because I was more like, I'm aggravated that I was feeling better. And he goes, okay, so should we turn around and go hit the store, And I was like, no, because it'll come right back. I hate that. And if you don't know what anxiety is like, God bless you. You really need to be thanking God or the universe or what the fuck ever, genetics, whatever you want to thank. Because I ain't going to look down on you if you're atheist or agnostic or Satanist. I don't care. You believe what you believe. That's a personal thing. And I respect your right to believe it. And I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, because it's not my place to say you're wrong. Because where I get to where I'm at is my way. Where you get to where you're at is your way. Different experiences that mold how you feel and what sits right with you. But consider yourself extremely fortunate, because the reason why anxiety takes such a hold on people is because you feel so bad that you never want to feel it again. I have broken bones. I have had surgeries because every bone I break, I have to have surgery. I've got rods and plates and pins. I got it all. I mean, if I do any more damage to myself, I'm going to be looking like the Terminator. But the thing is I will take a broken bone over an anxiety attack any day. I will take falling down the steps and putting a dent in my ass cheek and having a bruise that I had no clue that my skin could be that many colors. Okay? I will take that over an anxiety attack. I would take, let's see, what else? What else can I think of? I might eat a cockroach if it meant I would never have another anxiety attack. It'd take a lot for me to do it though, because cockroaches really freak me out. They make me antsy, so it would take a lot. But I'd eat a tarantula or a scorpion. I'd eat all kinds of things if they said you'll never have another anxiety attack. It would be easier, like with the cockroach thing, it would probably be easier for me to eat my own shit than for me to eat a cockroach. I'd be just as disgusted. But if I knew that that was going to bring me to that, eventually I do believe that I would eat the cockroach. Because there is no worse feeling that I have ever experienced than that feeling. That and the thing is like, it's not even a conscious thought of like, I'm gonna die, or I'm getting old, or the car's gonna crash, or I mean, it's not like a specific fear. It's just, am I sick? Am I sick? Oh shit, am I getting sick? Because like, let me tell you, like, when I get like a stomach virus, oh my god, that is so bad. That is like hell city. Because see, the thing is like I always need extra Phenergan, because if because I like need to not be sick like super quick, and I'll puke up my Xanax, and then I'll have to take more Xanax, and it's like a whole big thing. But that to me, and I think, and the really weird thing is that like, when you've got anxiety, it's not real. Like, well, I don't always know that, hey, it's like when it happens, it's not that I always know I don't need to go to the bathroom. I'm not getting sick. It's like, what if I am? What if this is real? But for the most part, I know that it's not likely that it's real. When I'm in the middle of an anxiety attack, yeah, I could be actually sick. But I know that most of the time I'm not. I know that most of the time I'm not sick. It's my brain fighting me with my senses. And it feels so real. And I often say, perception is reality. It may not be reality to others, but it's real enough to you. I mean, if you're hallucinating, that shit's real to you. And it sucks when you realize that it's not. Like later on when you're like, oh my God, I totally believed that monster was standing in front of me, or I totally believed I heard somebody say this. It's really horrible when your brain decides to fool you like that, to fuck you over like that. Because let's just put it in plain words, it fucks you over. It's like, why can't my brain, like, wouldn't it be nice, instead of anxiety attacks, if my brain just said, hey, let's have an orgasm? Boom. That's a disorder I could live with. Spontaneous orgasm syndrome. I would be the happiest bitch on the planet, I guarantee you. But they never have stuff like that, or like spontaneous happiness disorder. like where all of a sudden you're just happy. Who's going to complain about that? Is that going to make, I mean, your brain can do so much. Why does it always got to bring bad shit? Why does it have to fool you with bad things? Like if you're going to have hallucinations, why is it always something scary? Why can't it be like cute little butterflies flying in front of you, like talking to you and saying nice things? Like why do they always got to say evil things, like your mom's your enemy. You must kill her. You must defeat your enemies. Why can't they ever be saying, "Hey, let's go plant a tree?" Or, "Hey, let's go through the cupboard and find food we're not going to eat and donate it to the pantry." Or, it never tells you to do something really nice. Like, "Hey, let's go visit an old folks' home and make the old folks that are alone feel less lonely." Why do they always have bad ideas? Why can't your brain ever trick you with good stuff? I'm serious though. I mean, I'm sure that if somebody had spontaneous orgasm syndrome, they'd probably bitch about it, but because I guess that, yeah, that could get awkward. But what better reason to stay in your house all the time? as long as as long as your triggers don't involve the outside world. Because I tell you what, if my trigger involved the outside world, I'd be looking for my trigger. I'd be like, hell yeah, I need to go see red sedans or whatever the trigger might be. But like I said, nobody gets it that way. Nobody gets the why, why can't your brain have you believing good things? Of course, then again, people believe that like God talks to them and people throw them in the nuthatch for that. So maybe spontaneous orgasm syndrome would land you in the mental ward. You wouldn't be bored. That's for sure. You'd never be bored. Which is a problem with BPD, is that boredom. I'd never be bored. Wouldn't need anybody. I'd just be like, I wonder if you could get disability for that. I don't know. That'd be fun to explain. Be fun to go to court that day. I'm guessing it would cause anxiety. But if my anxiety attacks could be orgasms, I'd be okay with that. Because I'd be driving down the road happy as hell if that's what my anxiety would do. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with the hell that my mind can conjure. Because it knows that pain pain ain't gonna pain ain't gonna get me. Pain does nothing. I like pain. Uh, so it knows pain isn't gonna do shit. So it says, hey, what does Flipper out? You know? Yeah, let's make her feel sick. So, at any rate, I do consider it a personal win that I sat in the car when I thought about curling up in the back seat for the ride to deliver my mail to the post office. And instead, I sat in the front seat. I looked at things. So I consider it a win, even though it really takes a lot out of you to fight it. To do something that you don't want to do because your anxiety is putting you in this headspace that's just hell. So I hope your day's going well. The rest of mine should be fine because I am parking my ass here at my house. Have a good day.